Hello, this is Royce Thompson again with Whitmix Corporation, and in this little clip we're going to try to show you some of the different features of the three different versions of Mark 300 articulators. And to start off with, we're actually going to start off showing how you recognize it's actually the articulator you think it is. So this comes in handy when you have repair issues or questions about the articulator. It makes it much easier for the customer and customer service relationship there. So on one side you'll see that this is actually a Denar articulator, and if we rotate it to the other, you'll actually see that this is a Mark 310. So that's the quick way to identify what you have going on. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the Bennett Angle feature. And on the 310 you have a fixed medial insert that's at a 15-degree Bennett angle. So it's not adjustable there, it's a fixed angle. This is there is the simplest articulator of the 300 series articulators. It also has, for your condylar guidance angle, is not adjustable. And you'll actually see knobs here, but it is actually fixed setting at 25 degrees. The knobs are on top, part of it so it looks like the other articulators as well, but it also gives the inverted feature and gives a nice 3-point stance for that articulator when it's in the inverted position. So the biggest thing you have to remember with the 310 is that there is no adjustment in that fossa. So the next thing that we have on all 300 series articulators is a support pin for your upper member, and it is simply, you can raise it and lower it. When it's in the raised position and you want to use it, there's a lock stop, so you actually slide that over into position, and what that'll allow that to do is, so this pin, as you can see, I can lift that upper and it won't allow that pin to fall. That comes in handy when we go over into the inverted position. As I'm working on models and I move this articulator around, it gives me some support. It can also, as you're working on your models, it may help you to be able to put it into this position when you're doing your grinding and wax ups. And it also helps you when you're actually wanting to review your case and look at it from the front. You can do it in a very comfortable position. The other feature on your articulator is to be able to latch and unlatch it into Syndrich Lock position. This is your Syndrich Lock. Simply up and down. If you lift it up, you can actually remove the upper completely and set it back on. Now you also have elastic retainers which put into the position. Get a hold of it. Unlatch the articulator. Now we're ready to move it through excursive movements. There again, once we're done, we want to come back into Syndrich. We can set it there, set the model back, and review what we've looked at. So that pretty much takes care of the 310. The next model would be a 320 articulator. And once again, it's a Denar instrument. And there again on the opposite arm, it shows you that it's a 320. Now this articulator has all the same features as the 310. However, with the 15-degree fixed Bennett angle, same as the 310. However, we have adjustable movement on your condylar inclination now from 0 in 5-degree increments up to 60. So that gives you the adjustability in your condylar inclination. There again, similar to the other articulators, you have your support pin. Functions exactly the same way. Your latch, Syndrich latch, functions in the same manner, and so does your elastic retainers. That is your feature difference between a 310 and a 320 articulator. The 330 is the one with most adjustments available on it, and here again, Denar instrument and a Mark 330. This articulator has more features. You still have the same as what you had on the 320. You have your fossa inclination that or adjustment on angle that you can go from 0, 5-degree increments to 60. But however, on this instrument, unlike the 310 and 320, you have an adjustable Bennett. So while working with that, you can actually loosen the knob and you can adjust your Bennett from 0 in 5-degree increments to 15 degrees. So that makes a nice feature with this one. The other thing is with this same lock knob, we have a chance to put in immediate side shift for those that need that. Okay, as we're looking at the immediate side shift, we've loosened the knob and we have movement. As we move, we have 2 lines here, that is 1 millimeter and 2 millimeter. So if we were to want to be at 2 millimeter side shift, we can go to the 2 millimeter line, and we're going to lightly snug the knob so it takes care of and will lock down. As you can see, the immediate side shift will no longer move. However, as I lay this up, I can adjust my Bennett angle now to get the exact Bennett angle I want, whether it be 5, 10, or even 15 degrees. Once I'm there, I can lock that down, and you will see that my immediate side shift stayed in place. My Bennett angle is now where I want it, and so now I'm able to work and use my articulator at that adjustment. So that's the only feature that in using that knob is remembering the sequence to lock and set your immediate side shift where you want it first, and then move in and adjust your Bennett angle. Once you have that, everything will work fine. The other feature is it is set as if you want to go back to no side shift. You literally loosen that and it will slide. You'll hear it click and stop, and you'll see that the 0 line is lined up. And so now we know we're in position. I'm not going to worry about my Bennett angle. I'm going to lightly snug this. I'm going to come down here and say if I wanted to be at 5 degrees, I'm going to rotate that around to 5 degrees. I'm going to finish tightening that down. So that way, when we unlatch, we have absolutely no side shift. So the other feature we would like to show you on the 300, or on the, the 330, and it's also on the 320. Any of the articulator, the 300 series articulators with adjustable condylar inclination, is the fact of at times, whether it be cleaning or whatever, you may want to remove the fossa. It is set up so when you loosen it, so when I'm working I can rotate, however my fossa won't fall off. It is set up so if you pretty much rotate and have your knob facing forward, it has one area where you can slide and remove the fossa. What this can do is at times maybe you get plaster or something down inside here and you need a little bit easier access to clean it. This makes that much easier for the operator or for the customer to do. And simply when you go to put it back on, you do the same thing. Put it in that position, you can rotate, feel where it goes in, and now we're set to where it doesn't move. So we can come back in, set it 30, 25, whatever we want, and we're set and ready to go. So that's another nice feature in the 330 and the 320 with the fossas that just makes it that much comfortable and more easy to use. So that pretty much covers what we do as far as the articulator itself. The interesting thing is, and I'll go back to the 310, this works on all 3 articulators, is when you're working on models, when you go to put them into the case, your articulator, we separate the upper and the lower for the main reason to keep and maintain accuracy in the articulator. As if it's clamped as a whole unit, you can actually apply pressures to the articulator that, with this being a 20 micron instrument, is very accurate, and so you can actually hinder and cause problems there. So we recommend that these be separated when put into the articulator case. So once it's removed, remove the upper. We're going to remove the incisal pin. The incisal pin then goes right in that back corner, but you can leave your models on for support. The case is set up so it'll actually support your models as you go in. The foam will move around. Place your upper in. Then you simply take your lower with your models and do the same thing. So that gives you support in how your articulator is in the case, and if you need to transfer it from lab to dentist or wherever you might need to take this, maybe take it home for homework, I don't know. So, but it also gives you a little bit of room here for some other accessories that you might would have with the case. So anyway, with that pretty much covers what goes on with the articulator and the different features of each articulator. And we wish you a good day, and from Whitmix, thank you.